On March 27, in front of the French community in Sao Paulo, French President Emmanuel Macron lauded the renewed alliance with Brazil and voiced confidence that Brazilians will eventually purchase Rafale fighter from France, and who knows, revive discussions about the Rafale, because I believe that nothing is ever lost, said Macron. France has long intended to sell Rafale jets to Brazil before securing its first export customers in Egypt, Qatar, and India. During a trip to Brasilia in 2008, President Sarkozy announced that Brazil would begin negotiations with Dassault Aviation to purchase 36 Rafale fighter bombers in exchange for France participating in Embraer's C-390 transport aircraft program, with a potential order of 10 units for €500 million. But none came to fruition. WikiLeaks cables from the United States indicate that Brazil intended to acquire the Rafale, produce it domestically, and sell it across Latin America by 2030. President Nicolas Sarkozy sought to reassure his Brazilian counterpart about the price of the aircraft, $80 million each, by telling him that France would transfer the codes at the heart of Rafale technology to Brazil. In January 2010, a Brazilian cabinet member said that then-President Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva wanted Brazil to choose the Rafale, but at a lower price than France was offered. Brazil announced in December 2013 that it had chosen a multi-billion-dollar contract with Saab of Sweden for the Gripen NG, an alternative fighter aircraft model, over the Rafale by Dassault of France and the FA-18 by Boeing of the United States. The French government subsequently downplayed its inability to persuade Brazil to purchase Rafale fighter aircraft, maintaining that France would concentrate on selling them to India or the Gulf states. The action dealt an additional setback to the Rafale program, which failed to secure a single foreign sale despite nearly 3 decades of development and tens of billions of euros spent. In October 2014, Brazil signed a contract for Gripen fighter jets, formerly known as the F-39 Gripen EF. On August 11, 2023, the Brazilian government launched the Programa de Aceleração de Crescimento, PAC, to accelerate growth. With a budget of €10 billion, this initiative anticipates considerable investments in Brazil's armed forces. Its goals include arming the armed forces with cutting-edge technology, improving national defense capabilities, and defending the country's borders. The PAC's projects include the development of submarines and frigates, acquiring armored vehicles, light helicopters, 9 C-390 Millennium transport planes, and ordering an extra 34 F-39 Gripen EF fighter aircraft. There are also plans to convert 2 Airbus A330s into aerial refueling tankers. On August 25, 2023, Brazil announced its intention to order an additional 34 JAS-39 Gripen EF fighter aircraft. Brazil hopes to field 80 aircraft by 2035. This is where Macron sees the opportunity to sell Rafales. As a reminder, the collaboration between Airbus Helicopters, then Eurocopter, and Helibras to produce 50 Super Cougar maneuver helicopters in Brazil has been completed. The construction of 4 Scorpion-class submarines by the Itaguai shipyard, through a joint venture formed by Naval Group and the Brazilian group Odebrecht, is nearing completion, with the last unit, the Angostura, scheduled to be launched in 2025. Nonetheless, Franco-Brazilian cooperation in this sphere is larger. As part of the ProSub program, Brazil intends to acquire a nuclear attack submarine, SSN, dubbed Alvaro Alberto. However, this project has already experienced substantial delays and does not include technology transfers for nuclear propulsion systems. The Naval Group's participation was confined to assisting with designing this SSN for the Marinha do Brasil, Brazilian Navy. Despite recent strained relations with Brasilia, President Macron promised France's aid in this regard during a ceremony on March 27th to mark the launch of the Toneloro, Brazil's 3rd Scorpion-class submarine. Macron expressed his desire that we face nuclear propulsion while being perfectly respectful of all the most rigorous non-proliferation commitments. He added, "This framework exists, it is possible. You want it. France will stand by your side." Did President Macron plan on linking the issue of nuclear propulsion for Brazilia's 5th submarine with a Rafale order? Rafale has its own benefits, even if the sale of nuclear propulsion is not connected to the aircraft. In contrast to the 2010 proposal, the Rafale aircraft has succeeded in the international market. France is not in a pressing situation to transfer the codes comprising its technologies core to Brazil. Despite SAP's provision of extensive technology transfers, Brazil will just be capable of manufacturing and maintaining the fighter. Given the global transition towards 5th-generation fighters, the potential benefits of Saab's technology transfer are debatable. The future trajectory of Gripen upgrades by Saab remains uncertain. However, Rafale has already formulated a strategy to meet Rafale F-5 requirements. Future export sales of Saab Gripen are expected to be minuscule. Now, do you think Brazil might opt for Rafales to expedite its fighter aircraft purchase? Let us know in the comments. We discuss such interesting subjects every day. Please subscribe to the channel and share and like the videos.